Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with a couple of new fragrances from Matthew Meleg. So if you watched the interview that I did with Matthew, or if you watched the kind of sit down chat that we had, you will have heard all about the fragrances that he has formulated and has gifted to the geisha in Kyoto, Japan. I feel so honored to have these in my collection. These are the two, I think he's made more than two. These are two fragrances from his Gion line. I don't even know what to say about these. These are so incredible. But I'm going to read you the little letter that he sent, or the information that he sent with them. I also do want to show you that when you order from his website, which is where I recommend, if you're going to order from Matthew, I would recommend ordering from his website. You will also get a certificate of authenticity that he actually signs and dates, and you get a little seal. So you know that the fragrance that you purchased is authentic. So he just wrote a really sweet little note on the back. He said that about 20 geisha hold his perfumes, which is incredible. If you have not watched that video where we sit down and chat, I highly recommend it. It's super interesting. Matthew lived in Japan for, I think, somewhere between 8 to 10 years. He has visited Kyoto many times, and well, here, I'm going to tell you in his own words. He did send a little information with this. So he says about the Gion series of perfumes. So Kyoto, Japan's ancient capital, is a city drenched in beauty and history. This remarkable place is known for its over 1,600 temples, stunning gardens, and streets bustling with skilled artisans. As a self-taught perfumer, I find myself deeply connected to these artisans. Their commitment to preserving traditional arts like kimono making, woodworking, and pottery resonates with me. It's more than a profession. A shared passion for excellence has drawn me to Kyoto over a dozen times. Each of my visits to Kyoto has been a journey of discovery and connection, introducing me to an array of incredible craftspeople. This growing admiration and respect for Kyoto's artisan culture inspired me to create my Gion Perfumes, an homage to the city's rich artistic heritage. Gion, the district that inspired my perfumes, is one of Kyoto's 5 renowned flower towns, or geisha quarters. Geisha is the epitome of discipline and artistry, skilled in musical instruments, tea ceremonies, traditional dance, poetry, and storytelling. Contrary to misconceptions, geisha have never been associated with prostitution. They are true artists in every sense. Despite being a foreigner with intermediate Japanese skills, I aspire to be the preferred perfumer for all geisha and maiko, aiming to be recognized as one of Kyoto's esteemed artisans. I have had the honor of gifting many geisha my Gion Perfumes. It is important to note that these artists maintain a strict policy against commercial advertisement, remaining true to their artistic integrity, which I deeply respect. They exist in a realm beyond commercial interests, a testament to their dedication to artistry. Nevertheless, I am committed to continuing my craft, offering my creations to the geisha, artisans, monks, and gardeners of this extraordinary city as a token of my admiration and respect for their work and Kyoto's unique culture. Matthew Meleg. So that is just a little bit of information about these fragrances. Now, I think these two are the ones that he sent for a specific reason. When he makes perfumes especially for certain geisha houses, they have specific designs to them. I don't want to go too into it because it's actually it's kind of a very, I want to say sacred, but I also want to say private, and I don't want to go too much into the details of it. But just know that I have seen pictures of the geisha that he has gifted these to, so it is definitely a real thing. I know there might be some people out there being like, no, there's no way, because if you have any kind of an understanding about Japanese culture and geisha, you'll know it's not easy to you don't just like have geisha friends. You don't just strike up conversations with them. It's like a whole process, but I am telling you, I've seen it, and I know that he's definitely working towards his goal of being their preferred perfumer, which is incredible. But anyways, enough about that. I want to get into the actual fragrances. So one of them is called Rose, Winter Rose. This is the Sandalwood Ambergris one, so that one, I'm going to talk about that one in a minute. This one is called Winter Rose, and oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, these are, I believe they're 1/2 ounce bottles. These are beautiful, thick French glass bottles. These are dabber style because they are oils. But you've got it's a really beautiful, these are my favorite kind of dabbers. If I have to use a dabber, I want it to be like this. It's a big, thick glass dabber. Oh my gosh. This is such a fantastic fragrance. This might be, besides Stella, which is like a designer perfume, so it's like comparing apples to oranges. You can't even compare the two. But besides Stella, which is like my favorite rose perfume of all time, I think that this is easily taken the top spot as my favorite rose perfume that I've ever smelled. One thing to note, these perfumes are 100% natural. Everything about these is, all materials used are natural. Some of the materials used are incredibly expensive. Most of them are. He used only the highest quality materials because that is one of the things that geisha are trained in, is incense. And so they actually have this game that they play that it takes like 8 hours. It takes like an entire day, where they are just smelling different, like materials that would go into like incense. So just needless to say, they have very, very well-trained noses, and they're not going to be into anything synthetic. So he used only naturals in these perfumes. This one, I have not been able to give the Sandalwood one a full wear test yet. This one, I wore 2 days in a row. I could not stop wearing it. It's so amazing. This one also has 100% real sandalwood in it. This is also made with Rose Otto, which he said Rose Otto is incredibly expensive, and it is. It's very, very expensive. It's got this really beautiful, bright, almost like a fruitiness to it. It's just a natural part of the way that the Rose Otto smells. He also put orris root in this, so there's this really beautiful, buttery, I don't even want to say powdery, it's more of like a really buttery quality to it. It's so fantastic. In fact, let me get on, I'm gonna see, these are both available on his website now. I do believe that he's got 2 different sizes. These being oils though, like these oils will last you forever. He did say that he formulated these to wear a little bit closer to the skin, and being naturals just by nature, they're going to wear a little bit closer to the skin. I will tell you though, you only have to apply these one time and you will smell like these for the rest of the day. This was one of those fragrances that every time I moved, I was just getting a whiff of it. Like I could smell it on myself the entire day. So I don't want you to think that like this is not going to perform well or that you won't be able to smell it. You absolutely will smell this. Okay, so I pulled up the Winter Rose here. And this is, it's made with organic jojoba oil as a base. It is Rose Otto Bulgaria, Florentine orris butter, agar wood from Assam, India. So it does have sandalwood in it. Mysore sandalwood, Canadian cedar, and ambergris. This is just so beautiful. And I just saw another one that he's got. that just looks so incredible. But yeah, I cannot say enough good things about this. If you were a rose lover, I feel like this is a must-have. This smaller size I think is around $130, which I'm telling you, for the quality of the materials and just the quality of the perfume in general, it's 100% worth it. If you were a rose lover, I feel like this is a must-have. I can't say enough good things about this. This is fantastic. This happened to me with Untamed when she sent me her fragrances in December, like at the end of the year, and they were just like immediate loves, favorites for the year. That's how this is. This will be in a best of 2023 video because it's just one of my favorite things I've smelled all year. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, this will live out, and this is just going to be an easy reach. Oh my gosh, just it's such an easy reach for me. This is such a sophisticated, just absolutely stunning piece of olfactive art. It's incredible. So anyways, that is the first one. That one is called Winter Rose. This one I believe is called Sandal Ambergris, and this is a predominantly sandalwood fragrance. Or what did he call this one? Sandal Ambergris Co-Distillation, maybe, is what he called this one. If you have ever smelled a really, really good high quality sandalwood, that's what this is. This is an incredible, very high quality sandalwood. The only other sandalwood that I've smelled that is like this caliber of sandalwood is Kilian Sacred Wood, where it's actual real, just fantastic quality Mysore sandalwood used. Real sandalwood is incredibly expensive. That's why a lot of people use synthetic. I only enjoy real sandalwood. I cannot stand synthetic sandalwood. So these are the only types of sandalwood fragrances that I will wear. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's called Sandalwood Ambergris Co-Distillation. So he said that the sandalwood is best used for ankles and feet, which I found to be incredibly interesting. So when I use this, that's where I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it on my ankles and feet first. Because I've never really applied perfume like that. I typically ignore my legs when it comes to perfume, unless it's the summertime. Sometimes I'll put some behind my knees, but not often. These are his first 100% natural fragrances as well. He said that these are meant to create a soft, warm scent close to the body, which I can definitely attest to, but I don't want you to think that these are fragrances that are just going to drift away or that you're not going to be able to smell, because that they're definitely very present. But anyways, he talks about how there is a real mineral aspect to this one, and there definitely is. From the ambergris, it is real ambergris, which is a very mineral smelling note. This is fantastic though. This one is woody and fresh and warm. And like I said, if you have ever smelled a really good high quality sandalwood, you will recognize it in this, because that's what this is. It's it's just a really, really good high quality sandalwood. I've only smelled sandalwood of this quality in a couple of fragrances. It's not easy to get, and it's very, very expensive. But yeah, those, I think I've gone on and on about these. You'll see this in a What I Wore Last Week video. I wore this twice last week. Yes, I wore this 2 days in a row last week. I lived in it. I could not stop putting it on, but I didn't want to put it in a What I Wore Last Week video until I was able to sit down and do this whole video. This you will see in a What I Wore Last Week video. I can't wait to try it on my ankles and feet. I think it's just going to be such a new experience for me. These are absolutely stunning though. I cannot recommend them enough. I love Matthew Meleg's perfumes in general, though, I just think he's just doing something very, very different from a lot of other perfume houses. I love his vintage kind of, I don't want to say aesthetic, but I guess that's what it would be, is kind of vintage aesthetic. And yeah, these bottles, again, are fantastic. They're cut glass. They come packaged beautifully. There was zero leakage with these, which is incredible. For being oils, there was zero leakage. He packages these just incredibly. They came in this really gorgeous wooden box with his logo here burned onto the front, and they were just packaged beautifully. Yeah, this was over the top, and yeah, just gorgeous. So anyways, I cannot pick a favorite. They're both just stunning, but I can't recommend this winter rose one enough. And to think that you're wearing fragrances that actual geisha in Kyoto have and wear probably in their spare time. That's one thing. If you go back and watch the little chat that we had, he talks about how they can't wear perfume while they're working, but as women, you know, they do have days off, and as women, of course, on their days off, they're going to want to smell good. And so I just can't even believe it. I think it's so cool to be the owner of fragrances that really the only people that have them right now are geisha that they've been gifted to. So I just think it's incredible. But anyways, those are the new Gion fragrances from Matthew Meleg. They should both be on his website. I will link them, though. If they are both available on the website, I will link them for you. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.